All right, my next speaker is a experienced person who you guys know, but first time to Ignite stage. You'll know him as Fundy, who makes some of the best album design software in the industry out here. But what you may not know about Andrew Fundy is that he also speaks 4 languages. He has a degree in English literature. He's been in the Peace Corps. He's traveled the world. He was an Iron Chef photographer in Japan. And he's here to share his passion for the printed photography with you guys. Welcome to the stage, Andrew.
Testing. Hey guys, this is a print that I just discovered from my family just this last year. It was discovered by my mother and her sister, and this is my great-great-uncle. This print is 100 years old, and it puts our lighting understanding to shame. His name was Stephen Gurney. He's my great-great-uncle. As it was common in World War I to have a photo taken of yourself and mail it back to your family. And he was killed shortly after this photo was taken. This summer, I'm going to travel back to the studio where this was taken. It's still in business, and I'm going to have my portrait taken there. I believe that prints are a bridge across generations. Here we have my great-great-uncle, my grandfather at his farm with his family, my grandfather at a park with me and my family. This man, when I asked to take his portrait, put out his hand and said, "I'm Lee Majors, international hustler." And he rattled off all of these countries that he's been to, and he entertained me. This is Alice. I met her on the streets. She has a 4-year degree from a university, and she supplements her retirement income by begging on the streets. I believe that everybody in the world has a unique story. And if we stop and listen and are open to all of these people, we can understand their unique story and what that story means to the world around us. This is the first photo of me. This is my parents on their wedding day. When I was 16, they told me that they were taking a trip for their anniversary, and that was when I discovered that there are only 8 months between July and March. This is the only photo I have of my father where he has a natural smile, because he's an idiot when I put up the camera, and he smiles with his mouth open. So there is someone in the future that needs the story that we print out when we click that shutter button. And that person is probably not even alive yet. This is an album I made from an engagement shoot in Japan, and the bride asked me to scan in old photos. And when this woman came across the photo of her dead husband, she touched it. This is a photo of a good friend of mine, and I took a portrait of her, printed out a print, and then later discovered that her husband keeps that print in his wallet every single day. I believe that prints hold magic. This print was lost for probably 2 or 3 decades, and then it was rediscovered. And because of that, this person came back to life. Every day I walk down the stairs and see the prints of my kids smiling at me, and I open these albums of me playing with my kids. And then when my 14-year-old is a complete asshole to me, I don't feel so bad. Prints console us, right? They console us when people move away, they console us when people pass on, and they console us when our cute little children become assholes. I believe that we have a gift. Photography is one of the most unique professions in that we can give a gift to not only our clients And frankly, they probably don't even understand as much as their children and their grandchildren and their great-grandchildren understand. And we have a duty and an obligation to supply the printed work. If we do not supply the printed work, we have failed our clients' grandchildren, great-grandchildren. So I always carry around this print with me because it reminds me of the power that we as photographers have to continue to give descendants something to remember people by. I believe that we're more than photographers. I believe that we are storytellers, and it's our job to tell our clients' stories and put them in print so they can be rediscovered again and again and again. So I challenge you to, when you return home, to go and seek out these old prints and these old stories from your families and see how discovering these stories sparks that interest in you to tell stories of your clients for future generations. Thank you.
Awesome job. Wonderful.